Hi, PSPH Summer 2010 students. I'm April Fairweather. I'm your instructor for the course. I'm just making this introductory video here. I will actually be making lots more of these, and this will be one way that I am able to communicate with you. Especially given the online structure, this can be very helpful. So let me just go over a few basic things at the beginning here, and we will communicate more as the term goes on. So this is just an introductory thing, kind of go over the syllabus, get the ball rolling. Okay, speaking of the syllabus, it is posted, appropriately enough, on Blackboard under the section called Syllabus, and also you can see the first announcement. I've also copied it there. So first thing, go through the syllabus. You can see the contact information. I have a website there that we'll be using. You don't have to get too into that yet, though, of course, you're welcome to peek around. I'm still kind of reorganizing that a little bit. Definitely go take a look at the required text. Those are available in the bookstore, and you'll want to get those as soon as you can. We're going to be starting with the classics by Warburton and the Happiness book first off, but go ahead and get them all. We're going to use them all. I'll actually just kind of show those to you now. This here is the my version of the Warburton overview of philosophy. As you'll see, this is a very accessible general overview of the main theories that we'll be covering. There's more in there than just what we'll be covering, but most of the first half section of the course will include readings that you can get a nice overview from there. Say a little bit more about that as we go along. That can be very helpful. The primary readings, especially for the first part of the class, what I'm calling a brief history of moral philosophy, the primary readings come from this book here. It says Happiness, which in a way is misleading. Yes, there's plenty in here on happiness, and that is actually going to be one of the unique focuses of this course, is the connection between ethics and happiness as its own separate moral concept, normative concept for sure. So this book here actually has a lot of the primary readings that are standard in the history of ethics, plus some other readings on happiness. So as you'll see in the schedule of readings, we will look here for the primary sources from Plato, Aristotle, Kant, Mill, Hobbes, and Epicurus. Those are the main historical figures that we'll look for. Their original writings are here. Each of those philosophers is given in a nice overview in this book too. So really, these are kind of a tandem pair here. This is much more accessible, though this is the original source readings. Okay. I actually don't have my copy of the John Searle book, Making the Social World, on me. It's actually on my Kindle. I suppose I could hold that up for you. But this is the prior book that Searle wrote called The Construction of Social Reality. Very interesting book. What we've got is his most recent version of Searle's theory of social reality. And that's what he develops in our book, Making the Social World, is a theory of social ontology, or a theory of the structure of social reality. We'll get much more into that as we go on. That's really going to be after we look at the historical readings. This is really brand spanking new, hot off the press, and is really, I think, interesting in lots of ways. The other book that we'll be looking at is at the end of the course. We'll actually be going back to the Happiness book here, and we'll be looking at some specific essays on the nature of happiness, in particular, the three main forms of happiness that have been dominating current literature in philosophy and psychology on happiness. And we'll take a look at this very interesting book by Robert Nozick called The Examined Life. He touches on happiness, the emotional life generally, and some other topics on value and meaning, which might give a larger context for our pursuit of happiness once we look at some fine-grained analyses of what happiness is. This will be kind of the tail end of the course, this book here, and some of these specific essays on happiness. So there you have it. Those are the books. I have there, there's really just three types of assignments for the course. The bulk of course points comes from 3 essays, each of which is worth 100 points and is about 5 to 6 pages. I will have detailed directions up for these. They will be submitted on Blackboard through Turnitin. I don't have super detailed requirements for APA, MLA, but I'll give some kind of basic formatting requirements, really nothing like what you would have to do for a nursing research paper, for example, but there'll be a little something. So we've also got quizzes. These will be taken on Blackboard, usually about 10 points each. There'll be somewhere between 5 and 10 of those throughout the term. And we've got a variety of online exercises that I will be requiring you to do. So those are really the 3 assignment types that we'll have. You will most likely have one, well, each of those assignment types will be required of you in each of the 3 sections of the course. The course is broken down into 3 sections. You can see that in the schedule of readings. The history of philosophy, moral philosophy, social reality, and then happiness and meaning towards the end. So you'll have a paper on each of those. There'll be some quizzes on the reading for each of those, and there'll be some online exercises for each of those sections. So that's pretty much how we'll go. I will give you a detailed list of due dates for your assignments and descriptions and stuff like that. I'm just now, as we speak, finishing up grading for spring. So I need to get some of the details of the due dates and stuff like that for us. I will have those up for you very soon, and I won't be springing anything on you immediately. We actually have a pretty long summer term, so there'll be plenty of time to get to it. And I'll give you time to do our first assignments. Let's see here. So details on that will be forthcoming. You can look at the reading schedule. If you wanted to get started, I would look at all of the readings in section 1, Plato, Aristotle, Epicurus, maybe for the first couple weeks, Kant, Mill, and Hobbes, maybe the couple weeks after that, and the associated Walberton chapters for each of those figures. See a chapter there. That would be the thing to start on. I will, however, send you out a specific thing for section 1 with readings and assignments and due dates quite soon. Just got to get my grades in for spring. Okay, I've got a few projects of my own that I'm working on that relate to our course content. One of them is an essay on emotional ambivalence and happiness, and I'm planning to at least put up an outline of that. I am editing a book on the blues and philosophy, just finished an essay on Facebook and philosophy in an ongoing inquiry into philosophy and popular culture. So I might put some stuff up from that. Okay, so that is just a general overview. I wanted to introduce myself, send out the syllabus. I will continue to give you lots of video and audio updates, and very soon I will give you a detailed list of assignments and readings for section 1, so we can get into it, though there's no reason why you can't jump into those readings listed in section 1 and just start going for it. Okay, I will get more to you quite soon. Bye.